Hi Genevieve. You recently presented at the Richmond SHRM Leadership Conference and got rave reviews on your presentation on building a culture of innovation. We thought our clients would be interested in hearing sort of a brief, succinct overview of your 10 factors for building innovation.
Great, thanks Debbie, I appreciate you asking, and I'll be happy to kind of walk you through that a little bit. So the first factor I want to talk about is really leading by example. Looking at the actions you want someone in the organization to take is really a function of what we believe is motivation and culture. So if you're trying to build a culture of innovation, it's important to make sure you align that with the right motivating factors to get the actions that you want. Another factor would be to make sure that the organization is willing to experiment. Challenge the status quo, really kind of looking at doing things a different way and being more tolerant of failure, allowing people to try and err and have error. A third factor is, companies aren't made of money, right? So allocation of resources is really important. Being aware of how much time or money or resources it takes to go after these different innovative choices, but making sure those choices are being explicit. And rather than take this sort of whack-a-mole approach to allocation of resources, really be planful about it. Another factor is I would recommend companies look at taking a very customer-centric approach to looking at how they want to spend their resources in creating an innovative culture. Really think about what is it that the customer demands and putting themselves in the shoes of the customer. They could even go so far as Whole Foods, for example, which invites customers to sit in their board meetings and their strategic planning meetings to really understand that piece of it. Another factor would be to ensure you're doing everything you can to create open communication, sharing the knowledge, making sure you encourage teamwork and collaboration, and get rid of anything that might smell of territorialism. That does not engender a innovative culture. Another factor is encouraging new thinking. Really important to kind of trash what we call stinking thinking, right? That, oh no, we can't do that, or oh no, that's not the way we've done things around here. So I would suggest that they really look at ways to encourage new thinking. Another factor is to be energizing, be inspiring, right? People want to follow people who are really energizing. If you think about some of the services we have today, like Netflix, or being able to pay bills online, or even Facebook, those didn't exist a couple years ago, but somebody said, what if we could do this? And look what happened. People feel inspired when they're being pushed beyond their boundaries, when they have leaders who help them think about going that extra mile. There's even something called 212 degrees, which is, water boils at 211 degrees, but it's that one extra water boils at 212 degrees, but it's that one extra degree that makes all the difference. And so same thing with your people, if you can inspire them to go that one extra degree. Another factor is trust, right? Developing that reciprocal trust in organizations is really critical. If you don't have trust, people aren't going to be willing to take risks. So being able to help people feel comfortable with that, have each other's back, is really critical. Another thing to think about, another factor, is focusing on outcomes. Giving people a vision, giving them an idea to go after, but then stepping back and letting them figure out how to get there. That will generate more innovation rather than you telling them this is the only pathway you can take. That allows that creative process to occur. And then finally, the 10th factor I think is really important is to make sure you recognize and reward successful innovators. Let them know that we appreciate your innovative thinking, your creative thinking, even if it doesn't work the first time. Provide some recognition, some reward for those behaviors, and you'll be definitely on your way to creating that culture of innovation.
Thank you, Genevieve. That was fantastic, and the Titan Group clients will surely appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.